Hi to everyone. Today on management topic, this is my third video on management series. I would like to talk about recognition and belongingness, a topic which human resource management plays a very major role. See, there are three M's which we have been taught from days immemorial: man, machine, and material. So the men has been equated to both machine and material. So handling a machine and material, maybe sometimes it is easier. Maybe machines can be handled if we have a preventive maintenance, or maybe machines can be handled if we have a regular maintenance or whatever it is, and also keep on upgrading, making them suitable for the current jobs and other things. So this is machines. Materials based on designs, keep on evolving new materials, keep on changing the materials, keep on maybe tapping the good qualities and characteristics of material and try to use in a design or try to use in an implementation or a solution. When it comes to men, handling a man is a very tough job in any human resource management, because men is not an object which is in favor of you to make whatever is required, like a material. Material is not that it does not respond to you, or not that it does not react to your ways of using, but it do, and even machines also. But the man is a different characteristics altogether. The basic thing of what men we look for is that the man is a psychologically attachable item in the three M's of an organization. So the men has to be made as a part of belonging into the organization. The belongingness of the man is a very important aspect in achieving the desired goals, and also to keep him happy about his way of working and also enjoy what he is doing. So to make him belong, make him to increase the belongingness in the organization for any human being, men or human being or human resource, it is very essential that we need to recognize them. And most of the organization, as it grows bigger and bigger, there are hierarchy of people who will be controlling the people across the organization. Maybe the chairman and managing director as a board, whose order or on whose discussions he will control the other executive directors or whatever the directors who are at the helm of affair, or if he is a CEO also, he will be responsible for even executing the jobs and other things. So it goes on like that, and even supervisor is responsible for a group of employees, and maybe executive is responsible for some of the group of supervisors, and so on and so forth, and a manager is responsible for a bunch of people. Like that it goes on. So it's a hierarchy of structure in which the human resource has been managed in any organization. So recognition plays a very major role. Recognition does not mean that they have to be given compensation only in terms of financial benefits or in terms of tangible benefits. There are some of the things which are intangible also, which can be used to recognize the human resources and their work and their way of doing the things. Simply, see, because the recognition and the belongingness are two faces of a coin. See, both are needed in an organization. So neither of them you can make it more, so that only the visible is available only for recognition, or maybe the visibility is only available for belongingness. It's not possible. It's highly impossible, as both are bind together. So as I told, the recognition does not mean that it is only a tangible benefits. It can be intangible also. It can be even a simple recognition like go and pat him when he does a job. Very important for the people, either for supervisors or for the managers or for the CEO of the company or for whomsoever whom he is controlling. The major recognition plays a role when there is a failure. own the failure. Don't try to blame only the fellow who is at the helm of affair of doing the things. So that recognition also gives a big relief for the people who are below us or who are working with us or who are our subordinates. So that recognition makes him to get belong to us like a family. So what we do in a family is that whenever there is a failure of some of our family members, we go and try to see that how to help them to come out of those failures or to come out of those mistakes or to come out of the jam what they are in their area of problems. So similar is the organization. When there is a jam, when there is a failure, when there is a mistake, when there is a commitment which is not met by the employee, not because of his own laziness or not because of his own mistakes or not because of knowingly fully well doing a corrupt practice or doing a wrong thing at the job, knowing fully well that what he is doing is wrong, if these are not there, then we need to stand by them, which will be the best recognition which we can give it to our subordinates. The second important aspect, now I am not telling that this also you overdo it, because anything you overdo in any place will always create a nuisance. It is something like, you earn more. So you earn more than what you can, or you eat more than what you can chew, or you take in a plate of meal which you have more than what you can chew. It's waste. Similar is the thing in case of even recognition also. There are some of the simple things which you can follow even in recognition which can make the human resources a great success. Is that just see that what is his birthday or what is his anniversary or what is his the work joining date or what is the day in which he got promoted. These are the anniversaries which you can just go recognize him in front of everybody. You just appreciate his great thing, that you just wish him on his great special days, which will give a great recognition among the employees, and they will be one of the belonging and the binded people in the organization. So why I said in the beginning is that the belongingness and the recognition is two faces of a coin, both are required in the organization, is because of this. So as we make them more binded, as we make them more belongingness, the results are enormous, the results are multi-bound and mountain up. So this is the way in which the recognition can be anything. Recognition, no, I did not mean that, okay, financial or the tangible benefits or tangible recognition is not required. It is also required. It is also required to the proportion in which their work is more than the group of people with whom they are working with the same grade, same work, similar work. It is required. Tangible is required, because tangible is one of the things which will keep us more happier than any intangible things. But at the same time, these tangibles after sometimes will create 2-3 things. If we are too socialistic and give the tangible to everybody same, then it becomes useless. It is like donkey and horse is equated. Or if it is promotion, or if it is extra recognition which you are giving him, say for example you give him an increment or you give him something like an ex gratia or something, which also creates a nuisance. See, actually the recognition has to be very, very pragmatic and very, very clear for the job which we are doing. If you don't do that, possibly the recognition also becomes a waste. So anything which we apply becomes a waste, cannot be used for any of the improvements what we need in a human resource development. So these are the few things which recognition you have to keep in mind. It should not be more. There are 2-3 aspects which you have to keep in mind. The recognition should not be more than what it is supposed to be. Recognition can be tangible or intangible. Recognition can be even the personal things which you can make him appreciate or wish him for his personal time-bound areas or the anniversaries which he celebrates. Recognition also can be for the group which he creates among the people, to ensure that he makes a belonging group along with him and go ahead with that. Recognition is also giving him enough strength. Recognition is also giving him a patting area, or recognition is also giving him some sort of a safety net or some sort of a some sort of a easy going in the organization in case of failures and mistakes, correct him and bring him into the main line. So these are the things which we need to keep in. So recognition has empty number of infinite ways of recognizing a subordinate or an employee or anybody for that matter. So this is very important. Then coming back to belongingness. See, actually the recognition and belongingness, as I said, it goes together. As we recognize properly, correctly, and not socialistic or democratic means of making the things to go with everywhere same recognition happens. So it's not so. So it implies that the belongingness automatically increases. So that means they are directly proportional. More recognition, better recognition, correct recognition will always make them, people who are working with us, more belonging to the organization. But at the same time, belongingness is, both sides has to cooperate together. It's not that belongingness only employees expect from the employers expect from the employee. Belongingness is not that employers always wants employees to be only having a belongingness, not anything else. So these both are mutually understandable thing for each of them. So belongingness has to be together. So when there is a recognition, the reciprocation has to be to the organization to which we are all bound to work for. At the same time, belongingness is also very important from the other side also. It's not that only the belongingness has to happen only from the one side. The belongingness has to happen personally, physically, psychologically with both the people. Either it is the people who are at the helm of affair, or it is the people who are considered to be the resources for the organization to grow more. Actually, the resources are the best strength what a company can have. Even in crisis, we have found that if the resources are excellent, resources are well bound into the organization, those organizations have survived and succeeded even in case of worst crisis. So the belongingness matters a lot. So the belongingness is required on both the sides. As I said, it is both personal, psychological, and also committed belongingness what is required from both sides. So both sides has to cooperate together to have a better bonding or belongingness. So these are the things which we need to keep in mind. So when we keep in mind, so it's not that I am just giving a lecture like giving something like Tattvapada for people. It's a fact. It's a well proven fact. Of course, it's a disclaimer. This is from my experience of professional experience, what I try to see, how the recognition and belongingness goes together. Because most of the times we find that when there is some sort of a tangible benefits or some sort of a promotional benefits, people are having a feeling that the recognition of such kind of tangible benefits demotivates more people, more human resources than the motivation given to the human resource. Because it's an obvious thing. The top chair is one. As we come down, maybe next chair is maybe 5 or 6. Next to next chair maybe 20 or 25, depending on the size of the organization. It's not that everywhere it is the same. It's not a thumb rule. So like that it goes on. So the chairs are fixed. Once the chairs are fixed for the positions or the work what we are doing, so it is obvious that there are some dislikes and likes. But dislikes and likes are more demotivators, are more derecognizers than the occupants of the chairs, who are more likers or the more recognizers. So we have to manage this. The recognition has to be managed to keep the belongingness keep going. See, everybody cannot be equated to same, and everybody cannot be same also. After all 5 fingers are not at the same height, same type or same thickness. So it is the same with the human beings also. So looking at all these factors and upcoming of the people, their strengths and also their weaknesses, and how do they respond to the opportunities, and how do they respond to the threats and crisis, is what we need to analyze when we recognize the people, And at the same time, when we are providing them a chair or a position without getting into any of the things, whether it is good or bad, if the organization has to survive and have a very good belonging, sustainable organization, then we need to have a good recognition pattern. We should have a good R&R, what we call as rewards and recognition. And also at the same time, we also should have a reciprocation belongingness from both the sides. This is my today's topic. Thank you very much. I wish that, as I told, my disclaimer remains, it is only my personal view and professional experience. It is nothing to do with any individual or any organization or any of the practices in any of the organization. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best. I did not went into giving any examples of how does it recognition and rewards matter to belongingness in an organization. So it is only for you people to ponder around and see in your own areas how do you recognize these things and make yourself belonging to your organization where you are working in. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Take care.